Hello and welcome to the Futro Hidden Movie Gems podcast. I am your host, Ty Spiker Christensen. Saturday, we've got Jordan Christensen on the podcast.
It's not them. It's us.
We're the lunatics, Art. We've got Grant Mickle on the podcast.
You got someone tied up in the old cellar down there to have you?
About a
Hey,
nine on the
Pinocchio.
attention scan, on the attention scale.
Who
We've got Cameron Mickle on the podcast.
listens to their wife?
Satan is good. Satan
It is
kills
our,
us.
Satan is our pal.
Oh.
I still do that with my wife all the time, especially if I see any scary
Oh,
movies in the
Ray,
theater.
you're chanting, you're monologuing, or what? Yeah, you're repeating yourself.
Once they get in here,
They get inside here, guys. If you haven't figured it out with these attempts at quotes, we are reviewing The Burbs. This movie came out in 1989, directed by Joe Dante, written by Dana Olson, stars Tom Hanks, Bruce Dern, and Carrie Fisher. And who's Mr. Weingarten again? I always forget his name.
mind your own business. I don't know.
No, I
Uh,
gotta throw out. There's some great actors. Okay, the
Rick
Du-
Rick
Ducommun.
Ducommun.
That's why no one remembered him. Corey Feldman, of course. Wendy Shaw, Henry Gibson, Theodore Gottlieb, Courtney
Yeah,
Gaines,
there's some great actors in this.
Gail Gordon, Dick Miller, Robert Picardo. So I just keep going on, but we're done. So let's
Yeah,
get
young Carrie
into
Fisher.
young Carrie Fisher. Um, I'm
See,
only
I'm
laying here
going.
with
I'm
my
going
eyes
out.
closed.
I'm going out to play golf. Look, I got my golf gloves. Like that's how much golf I'm going to be playing.
You
He's
think she
really
bought it?
selling it. She bought it.
Guys, what was it like watching this for the first time and rewatching it for the podcast? Let's hear from Jordan.
So this was in my movie collection back in the day when I actually collected movies. I still have a small collection, but well, okay, if we're talking digital, that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying, growing up, there's a few movies that like I would show everybody, and this was one of them. And I've just gone back to and watched so many times. Like I think it's probably one of the films that I've watched the most, rewatched with my wife, because there's very few films I rewatch, and this is one of those films that I rewatch. And yeah, I mean, you could probably count on one hand how many movies we've rewatched together, and this is on that list. I don't know why. I just love it so much. It has everything I want in a movie, which is just like that perfect suburban home, and then there's something weird and nefarious going on, and I love it.
And let's not forget a comedy horror. There's just a very special niche genre of movie that's comedy horror. There's just
Well,
something
and
really great
also
how.
like the neighbor, like this is so much like Disturbia, and like the good, less like the Good Neighbor, just because the Good Neighbor is less funny, but Disturbia is like literally just so knock off this. I guess
Mm,
Disturbia is also like Rear Window
Rear
plus
Window, yeah.
The Burbs.
mm, I hear that. How about you, Grant? What was it like watching this movie for the first time, rewatching it for the podcast?
Feel like forever ago. I watched with I think Cameron and Jordan. I can't remember the first time I watched it. Might have been with when we were all like together at mom and dad's or something.
Why wasn't I
Yeah.
invited?
Because you live in Narnia, dude. So far away.
Wisconsin. The magical
Yeah.
wardrobe.
And I really enjoyed it. And
Wait, are
then
you talking about the last time you seen it, or it was the first time you'd
no, that
seen
was
it,
the
like as an
first time I'd
adult?
seen it. Because I don't think I saw it growing up. I don't remember it.
You don't remember this movie,
And
so this was your first movie. Wow.
well, no. This was like a year or two ago. Seen it for the
No
first time, I
way for the
think.
first time. That is crazy. You're blowing my mind.
And then
I
I
know
and
it's
was
then I
like
there.
they
wanted to
I
had.
don't.
show.
I don't think I was there.
I think Ty, they had different childhoods than you and I, because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was Cameron and Grant's wedding. I was like, oh, I don't know these kids. Like their speeches to each other about growing up, like Cameron talking about Grant and Grant talking about Cameron. I'm like, I literally don't know who these kids are.
Yeah, I was just a punching bag. That's all
They
Jordan.
lived a
Well,
double life, I
No,
well,
guess.
and when we talked about our top 10 video games, it's just like their list was like night and day difference because they grew up with like the Wii and stuff. and I didn't play that like ever. So
Well,
Yeah, well,
mom
granted,
and
we didn't
dad
have an
didn't love
Xbox
us. Yeah.
until we were in high school, so.
yeah.
I didn't have an Xbox ever.
But it wasn't until later that I heard like Ty say Cameron would be like in the other room and he'd be like flick and then he would be like bull strike to whoosh.
Oh yeah.
I vaguely remember that because like we would do boxing, but Cameron's, I don't know, voice hadn't even dropped, so I don't know about this bowling nonsense. It would just be boxing.
Oh no, and then you get knocked down on the ground and you're like shaking as hard as you
Just
can.
praying. How do we start talking
I
about
don't
the
even
Wii,
think it
dude?
did anything. We would always be like,
Didn't do anything. I think it did. I think it revived your
Uh,
character. But anyway,
maybe, but
um,
yeah. So,
good
well,
stuff.
then, so I'd wanted to show Elise for like the longest time, but then it was never on digital. So Jordan
Hmm.
was like, "Yeah, you'll have to grab it for me next time you visit," and I kept forgetting. And then like a month ago, like it was in his recent purchases, and I was like, "Oh, finally became available."
I know on iTunes, it's about time.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
they had it for rent a couple years ago, and then they just removed it. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Um,
And then they finally released it. I've been like, and I was so afraid they'd remove it again. I just bought it the second for full price. I'm like, I don't care, because
yeah.
usually I wait for them to hit the $5 bin, but I couldn't risk it. It's too good of a movie.
Yeah.
It's,
So I showed Elise, and we both loved watching it.
it's awesome. Cameron, how about you watching this movie for the first time or you watching it for the pod?
Yeah, I don't know what house Grant grew up. I definitely remember watching this as a kid because I just remember
That's what
being
I thought
afraid.
so too.
I just remember I like literally can't remember anything except the seller from this movie. I just remember it being so scary. Um, and then
What about the cellar? Are you talking about just the way
Wait,
it looked, or
Like with the
I mean
furnace and
everything
like
stuff.
when they
about it.
oh,
found
everything?
it, the little skeleton and everything in
Yeah,
the
because I'm pretty
head,
sure
or
I like walked in when you guys were watching this when I was like 8 or 9. I was like, what the fudge am I watching?
Well,
Is this is this PG? Is this
well
old
the
PG?
the
old
first
PG.
time I ever saw just one scene from it, and I wasn't 13 yet, but I remember the scene where, of course, it was the Exorcist scene when she throws up in his face, and
Yeah,
Vomits
I was
pea
it's
like,
soup on his
PG.
face.
ah.
Well, it's funny you say that, Jordan, because yeah. So finish up, Cameron. I'll share my experience with this.
No, but and I just remember like it being scary, but literally not remembering anything else besides I genuinely until like I mean rewatching it for the pod, I didn't remember if they were actually evil or not. I just remember being very similar to Disturbia, which I really enjoy, and I just remember like there actually not being any proof for the longest time, and I couldn't remember if they actually found anything. Which is funny because I feel like weirdly enough, a lot of like movies I saw when I was like younger, I like didn't know that like the ending or like I don't even I remember it the inverse. Like or like the plot twists I always like will not
Hmm.
remember. Like Sixth Sense, me thinking the plot twist was that he could see dead people. So everyone was always like, "Oh, you know the plot twist?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know the plot twist." And I watched, I was like, "Ugh." Um, but
So, Cameron, you were actually agreeing with him when he said, "Oh, they're probably digging for night crawlers." Night crawlers.
Night
no,
crawlers.
I mean, it definitely was suspicious. I just couldn't.
Do you know
I
what
felt
this
like it was
is?
one of those movies that it's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, who it looks
Hmm.
Mm.
like he's so on top of it until to the point where people are like no longer believing him, even when it's more obvious. Because I mean, you know me, I'm for the longest time with Shutter Island that that Leo was innocent and not crazy. So I'm always I'm the king of suspicion, and I don't trust anybody. So it was really fun on a rewatch, and I think the biggest thing I forgot in what I think kind of like you guys mentioned a lot of other thrillers kind of lack is that like that comedy thriller aspect is really impressive because I feel like comedy crime is actually easier like to do like for example like cop comedies or like action comedies like I feel like that's just the easier genre but having like the thriller and and honestly, like borderline psychological thriller, it's like psychological thriller comedy. You're like, what? That is not a genre, but yeah, it's just really well done.
Love it.
I'm surprised at how well it holds up.
Yeah, let me talk about that. So, me watching this for the first time, I was very nerfed as a kid. Like the movie Gremlins and Jaws scared me as a kid. but also
Gremlins
Ernest Scared
worst thing
Stupid
ever.
and The Burbs scared me too. Like
Dude, Ernest Scared Stupid is scary.
It is
there's a
scary.
scene where a
All the
girl looks
Ernest
under her
movies,
bed
dude.
and
Dude,
there's
and
a
same
troll
with
there,
what's the
rolls
movie
back over in bed and is laying in bed with a
Bravery.
boogery troll, and it is so fucking
Ghost of Mr.
terrifying.
Chicken.
Ghost of Mr. Chicken also scared me so much as a kid.
Mhm.
Terrifying. Ghost of Mr. Chicken, not so much, but yeah, our
Yeah,
parents
if
kept
you're like
thinking,
six,
our
it is.
parents,
And
yeah,
all you guys are like, "Ah!"
wuss.
And I'm like,
I'm like, Gremlin scared me, and I'm like, you're such a wuss, Cameron.
yeah, I'm like, are you
Sissy.
no, dude, gremlins are the worst.
No, yeah, like we just
Because
didn't
Jordan would
do
tell me that
horror growing
they
up.
multiply in the
Yeah.
shower. So when you close your eyes, they multiply in the shower for like a year and a half. I would shampoo and wash my hair with my eyes open.
Karen's like burning.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I didn't want gremlins to multiply in the shower.
No, Corey, he
As
freaked
soon
me
as
out with
you
the what's the one in the
so funny.
toilet, Ty? What was that called?
Was that Dreamcatcher?
No. Oh, well,
Oh,
there was a scene from
right,
that as
right,
well in the
right.
toilet, but I'm talking about the
Ghoulies?
little ghoulies.
Yeah.
Corey, I saw the picture of the poster has a little
Oh.
image of a troll in a toilet, and
No,
Corey, you
no, no.
sick.
Say the whole image. He had like trousers and like suspenders on too. He was kind of cute looking, and that
Yeah,
scared
but
you.
anyways, so it's a little troll inside of a toilet, and Corey's like, "Yeah, it would come and get you." And so, like, I was so afraid to use the
Too
toilet.
fast. Jordan would like squat, just poop in the
But-
upper deck of the toilet.
Ew.
Dude, I thought it was the freaking Hills Have Eyes too that made you freak out for bathroom and latrines, dude.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
I was
that.
like,
I didn't see that till later in life when I was already
hmm,
desensitized.
yeah. Well, good stuff. So I was genuinely terrified. There's always that one scene in this movie where he has a dream. So, well, he's watching at night, woman gets out. I don't know these three movies except one of them. I assume the third one's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The
It's
second
the
one's The
second one.
Exorcist. The
No,
second one,
well,
Chainsaw.
the Texan, wow, the second Texas
Second
Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas. Because I was gonna say, I was like, I saw the first one. I didn't
The
recognize that
Texas
scene.
Chainsaw.
The
Like
chicken, chicken.
the no, and then the first movie, I don't know. Does anyone know that first movie? The woman gets like sacrificed and stabbed.
Oh, oh,
I'm
no.
curious to know. But anyway, yeah, they play these three scenes and he's watching TV and his eye, Tom Hanks, so great. He's staring at the TV, just like getting all these messages. So then he goes to bed and has this nightmare sequence. So from the three clips they show, terrifying, vomit from an exorcist, a man cutting through the wall with a chainsaw, murder, and you just hear the sound. You don't see the image, but the woman screaming and cut up. And then he goes to sleep, but we don't know it. Wakes up, but he's dreaming, and then he dreams this pretty freakish nightmare sequence where all these cult worshippers are there. Skip shows up that murdered his family. Like all this stuff is happening, and it's friends of his, and they're all his wife, Carrie Fisher, talking in like a very serene voice, hey, thanks for inviting the guests or the neighbors over for a barbecue, and they're cooking him. It's terrifying. Anyway, so it gave me nightmares when I was a kid. And mom and dad had this thing where we didn't have horror movies in our home growing up, but somehow horror comedies did make it into our house. So Beetlejuice, The Burbs, like these kinds of movies did make it into our home and we'd watch them and they were the scariest things we
The
owned. And
Burbs was
yet they
just a
were all
rental. It wasn't one we owned. Like I owned it later, but
The Never-Ending Story. Yeah, that is a horror movie.
Secret of Nim, yeah, movies that are
Yeah.
terrifying. But yeah, so like we'd watch them, and I remember mom wanting to show Cameron and Grant Beetlejuice, and I was like, Mom, don't. So we watched it, just me, you, and mom, Jordan. I think it was me, you, and mom. Didn't let Cameron Grant watch it, and she's like watching it. And she's like, "Yeah, this would have scared the heck out of him." I'm like, I know because it scared me when I was their age.
yeah,
Like it
that's
freaked
I
me
don't know why
out.
the snake always freaked me out. It was like
The
something
stop
about
motion
opening a
animation
door.
is no, no, no. It's not even
Yeah,
just that. Stop motion animation is one of the most off-putting things that will ever exist. It's so surreal and jittery. It's just unnatural, and the body knows. Just I'm like repulsed by stop motion
I
animation.
love stop
I
motion.
mean, it's great now, but like I said, there's just something to it where it's so unexpected. It's jittery.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
Cameron, don't you hate Chicken Run?
I hate all
I remember liking
claymation.
that
All
Such a
movie.
charming
claymation.
movie. Stop it.
All
You're insane.
claymation is scares me
It
so
scares.
much.
Cameron's like, yeah, I totally get you guys. Horror movies like Chicken Run and Wallace and Gromit.
Yes, 100%. I almost stopped watching Oscar because the opening of the dude, I don't know what it is about it, but it just
That's so funny.
gives me
So
the
rewatching
heebie-jeebies.
this movie, huge nostalgia trip because if I'm being honest, I think it's been over a decade since I've seen it. Because I can't recall watching this since, and I love this movie. So rewatching it, didn't forget a single line of dialogue. Absolutely loved it. It was so fun to watch this again. My wife and I put it on, and we just laughing the whole night. It's just so funny. And my wife tells me somehow, when I said over a decade, I felt like we watched it once, but she's like, you know what? I came over once in high school when you were watching it, and I only saw the last like 3 minutes. So my wife was watching, so we're gonna get into spoilers, but she was like, "Oh, I thought that they were killers," because she's like, Maybe it's a different movie." And at the very end, when he's like, "You don't have any evidence, do now," and he throws open the trunk, she's like, "Oh yeah, I have seen this movie," but only the last 3 minutes because she hadn't
That's
seen the
funny.
entire movie leading up to it. So it was super fun to show my wife this movie, and yeah, it's a movie that I absolutely love. So. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on your two favorite things about it. So let's hear from each of you. Why don't you start us off, Grant?
Also, as a
I just
side
want you to
note,
know that
this is
this
one of
has a rotten on Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah,
of
but they're
56%.
retarded. They don't know what they're talking about. So
Yeah,
you could
I
just
know.
ignore Rotten Tomatoes.
well, and
But
also
6.8 on IMDb.
this is one of Jim Cummings' favorite movies, and he said that this is
Is
that
it really?
yeah. Let me
That's
read
funny.
his review is actually hilarious. He said, "One of my favorite films of all time. Art's character is bar none my favorite comic performance. The
Oh
ending,
yeah,
the
he's
ending, It's Us monologue is historic. The soundtrack, the neighborliness, it's all just so fun and wonderful."
love it, dude. No, he's not wrong.
That's
Art
funny.
is he's bad. Mr. Weingarten, he's insane in this movie. He's off the leash. Like, and he's acting opposite Tom Hanks, which I feel like, and even Bruce Dern. Like, I feel like powerhouse because I remember seeing him everywhere in like movies in the late 80s and 90s. I'm always like, oh, it's the guy from the Burbs. And then like he just kind of like disappeared. Don't know what happened to him.
Well, he came back in Nebraska and Quentin Tarantino's
You're
film.
talking about Bruce Dern. I'm talking about Weingarten.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah, there you
right.
go.
Oh, that's right. He was like in like Die Hard and stuff like that. Yeah.
I blame his name, dude. Get it, change your name, dude. Your name is too hard to say.
Oh, and he was in
I
a
can't remember.
scary movie. Remember, he was the dad. He's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hide the drugs.
Yeah,
Memorably show up.
he's just a funny guy. Yeah,
Remember to
Rick
mix it with what does he
Common.
say?
Baking soda, yeah.
Baking
Or
soda, not baking powder. I think Snuffy's all in your nose. She's like, you've always loved that joke since you were a child.
Oh, I realized he did die back in 2015. Maybe that's why I haven't seen him anything. Sorry. I'm like,
Daddy's face is
why,
stuck.
why haven't I seen him anything in the last decade? Where did he go? Well, he's dead. That might be why I haven't seen him anything. Sorry. All right. Anyway,
You
R.I.P.
were saying?
R.I.P. man, acting legend.
Two favorite things. Um, I love the scene where the kid from the haunted house pulls out his car from the garage to put a giant bag into his into the
Drives
trash
his trash
can.
I've
to the
I've never
street.
seen that.
I've
I've
never seen
never
it. I've
seen
never
that.
seen someone take a
Just
bag
to
of
pull
trash
the car
and
back into the
beat the
garage.
hell out of it with a stick. I've never
Stick.
seen that.
I've
I've
never
never
seen
seen
that.
that.
And then my second favorite thing is the kid. Is it Ricky? I forget his name. Um, the neighbor kid who just like
Corey
finds
Feldman's
so
kid.
much entertainment
Yeah,
from
Ricky
watching all
Butler.
this going. Yeah, from
Dude, it's
watching this
gonna be a
all
live
happen.
show. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
The
And he brings like
Smash
his
Street.
whole friend party and they like bring pizza and like just
Pizza
watch like the
dude.
final
No, my
scene.
favorite is when he stops the cop. Wait, don't go any further. He dives on the hood of the car. Officer, there's a
There's
bunch
these
of people in
people.
my parents' house. They're eating all their food.
Yeah, those were my two favorite things.
Hey, Mister, what's his name?
Weingard.
No, Weingarten's the other guy. Who's
Oh.
the Bruce Dern Rumsfeld? It's like Mr. Rumsfeld. It's like Mr. Weingarten knocked out all the power in the neighborhood, probably the whole south end of town. Ricky,
Ricky,
shut up.
shut up.
It's so good, dude. Golly, Cameron, what are your two favorite things
Get
from
this
this
lame
movie?
off your property. Hey, lame.
Lamo, get off my property. Get off my
Um,
property, Lamo.
I mean, just the performances all around, but especially like art and like a more specific scene is when he cuts the power. After he like comes out, he's like, I took a jolt, but
Fingernails.
I'm okay.
His fingernails are
Yes,
black,
fingers.
dude. My fillings in my teeth are like steaming,
Yeah. And then
sizzling.
also even
His
at
credit card, sorry. And he pulls it
It
out.
melted.
It's a
Such a
stack.
great
They
callback.
all melted together. Sorry, Cameron, what you're
Uh,
saying.
and I've never like even as Leia, I've never found Carrie Fisher attractive, but I was like, wow, she's pretty attractive in this one. Um, and also I swear I don't know if it's like a contractual agreement and that every movie Tom Hanks has is like in he has to yell, but
Yes, a freak out.
there's something about him freaking out
Jesus.
It's
in
like the Tom Cruise run, man.
yeah,
Yes.
it's every single time he does it, it just works. I don't like even
I
in
didn't find Captain Phillips very
Money Pit.
funny, his freak out in
Money
that one,
Pit,
but
his freak out is great. His freak out in Toy Stories is always great. I'm
how
trying
about
to
his
think.
freak out in Captain Phillips, Cameron? That was great, you know.
Um,
It's
but
so sad.
I just think,
Okay, okay,
and I
okay.
kind of already mentioned it, but I think probably my second favorite thing is just it's just so rare to have such like a unique combination of genres of being like a comedic psychological thriller. Like it's just and it's also like that's why I think anytime it's the same reason like I feel like Rear Window just ages really well because it's like that will never go like out of date like being suspicious of your neighbors or being curious
Mm.
about what's going on behind those closed doors like that's something everyone's always suspicious of like especially if you have somebody that you don't know super well you're like I wonder what that family does like what if we just barged in and went down there and then it's like even more unsatisfying that they like barged in and then they're like creeped out. They're like, oh yeah, let's get the heck out of here.
Ricky, shut up and finish painting your gosh dang house. Whoa. All right. Love it. Jordan, how about you? Your two favorite things?
Um, yeah, I mean, to just take what Cameron had said and kind of talk a little bit more about it, just their performances. Everybody's a character and they all give amazing performances because I do love a couple of Joe Dante's movies like Piranha and this, but I've seen some of his other ones and I'm like, oh, when he doesn't have great actors, like it's it's cringe. But I think they just totally killed it. And I mean, obviously Tom Hanks is so good, so the performances are amazing. And like the lines we were quoting, I love quoting from this. It's a really fun movie, and like I've already mentioned, it has everything I want. I love the horror aspect. And like Cameron said, kind of the unease. But I don't know. There's something about horror comedy that just hits me right. This is such a perfect film, in my opinion. All time, one of my all time favorites. So definitely top 100.
Excellent. I have to say, for me, it's definitely the quotes. This movie is so quotable. There's so many lines in this movie that I'll quote even just not knowing. Like I mentioned the mantra, Satan is good, killing is good. Satan is our pal.
I
Like
saw a
it's
t-shirt of
so
that, but I'm
funny.
like, I don't think people would know what I was
Right,
referring to.
right. I know. I'm
And
like,
that's
people
not
wouldn't
exactly
know.
something that you can just let slide.
You just gotta take it to a church party,
Yeah,
a
Yeah,
word party.
exactly.
just hope people know I've seen the movie and
Yeah,
remember that quote.
yeah.
Yeah, and remember the quote, even if they had seen it.
Yeah, there's just like every character has like on some unbelievable line. So along with the quotes, my second favorite thing is I love the camera work in this movie. There's three scenes in particular that I think of the camera work. One is when the realization that the femur bone that they found belongs to Walter, like nah! And then the camera starts zooming in
Oh
and
yeah.
out on them is so funny. Like he's shaking the bone, they're screaming to the high heavens, and it's so unbelievably funny. And the Ray, this is Walter. Like it's so good. Like the scene builds up, the camera pushes in on him. Like it's so well done, and then like it just goes all out, and that's an amazing scene. And then another great scene with the camera work was when they at the very end of the movie, or not at the end, when what's his face, Pinocchio comes out of the house. The
Yes, I was
camera
just gonna
just
say in the
yeah,
slow pan
the
ins on each
slow pan
face,
in of
and then the
everyone's
dog.
face, and then the dog has a close up, dude. It's so good, dude. Like
Yeah,
the
that
camera's
music
slowly
is
panning in.
mwah.
Yeah, the creepy organ music, the camera's panning in on every character, and it's just slow. Everyone's just fixated on this weird, strange guy, and then yeah, like I said, it goes back to the quotes though, like, "Hey Ray, you better go over and say hi. See, you're missing it. He's going back inside now. You're gonna miss your chance." And he's like,
Yes.
it's so unbelievably funny, and like Cameron said, yeah, this just holds so well up on rewatch because it's that paranoid xenophobia that we all have, right? Like in our own bubble, we want everything in our home to be fine, but everyone that lives around us, we always hate our neighbors. What is that? Why can't I live next door to someone that's really cool, you know? So, but yeah, the Klopex, man, they're unbelievable. I think this has the funniest eating scene I've ever seen in any movie. I'm trying to think of another funny eating scene when Tom Hanks is offered a sardine and Carrie Fisher like nods to him like he has to eat it, and he just like takes it on a pretzel. And he's just looking at her, takes the bite, and it's just like the sound. I can't describe the sound. You have to see
It's
this
so
movie.
gross.
Tom Hanks chews on it, and then like later has a fitting spell of I think he vomits it back up in some newspapers. Right? Is that what he does? He like freaks out. I thought he's having an allergic reaction or something, but. Maybe he was just trying to cause a diversion because Bruce Dern's character Rumsfeld is like interrogating the Klopex in their house. Oh, what's that? What's that knocking? Got someone tied up in the cellar? You know, it's just like, what are you digging in the backyard, Klopex? You know. Anyway,
I will
that
say the
that
way that they're digging, I've never seen someone dig so frivolously. They were like
fervently is that the word you're
fervently,
thinking?
fervently.
Frivolously? I
Well,
don't know if
yeah,
that's the right
Frivolously is
word.
not the right word, but
You know what I'm
fervently,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah.
rain in their black cloaks. It's
Yeah.
so good.
It's so terrifying. You mean like grave diggers? Dude, Art eating
Oh,
all their food
yes,
is
eating
low key
everything in
so
their
funny.
kitchen.
He's just eating all their food,
I do
and
that
then
like
Tom
in
Hanks
all
is
my
like,
films. I have one
uh,
character that just eats
just eats.
everything. I love
Eating is
that
always
so
funny,
much.
dude.
Yes.
That scene, and then like nonstop laughs from the time they go over to their house. Bruce Dern in the corner, like peeling at the wallpaper, just tears off.
He
And
like
he's like,
tries to put it
"Oh," he
back.
tries to put it back on. Unbelievably funny. And then the doctor, when he comes out, another great use of camera work where it
Yes.
was placed. He comes out of the
The
staircase,
shadow.
big shadow, and then he comes around the corner. He's like a tiny little guy, and then he shakes his
Shakes
hand,
his
and then
hand.
and then Tom Hanks pulls his hand up to his face. It's covered in like what seems to be red blood, but it's revealed that it's just painting. But Tom Hanks, and then he's just looking at his hand, and the close zoom up in his face. It's so good. Like the camera work is so funny.
Well, and there's so many
Awesome.
little details when the guy's like he's like looking at the painting and then he flips it upside down and it's like
The guy like comes back to he's like, it's this way.
Today flips the yeah, it's
And
so
just when they
unbelievably
ring the
good.
doorbell and then like it goes like to 666 and then like
Yeah.
everything falls when he pounds on the thing.
that happened
Well,
to me
they
too,
they
but
fall
last
through the
time
porch. They fall
it
through the
was
porch
oh
twice in this movie. I always forget it. I always remember the first time Weingarten steps on it and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I should sue them." You know, he's like, "I'm not gonna fix this." And then later, Bruce Dern has the brownies and then both feet fall through the floor and he drops the brownies and then he still hands the plate over to him. And then the redhead just sniffs the plate. It is so funny. Like
You can see like like some paint
leaves, yeah,
leftovers
there's
and
like
like
paint chips and
yeah
dead leaves on the plate.
in the brownies.
He scoops the
the
brownies
paint
back on the
chips.
plate, dude. So unbelievably
do you
funny,
love
dude.
paint chips when you're a kid?
It's so funny.
Why?
Yeah. Why? That was so good, dude. And then that whole awkward scene where he's just like, Klopex, is that Slavic? No, no.
No.
It's like,
I give it
hey,
a
a
9 on
nine
the
on
Richter
the
scale.
Richter scale. Rube. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Rube is great. The three characters, the evil, creepy little doctor, the weird old man, you are the one who lives next door. Just stares at him the whole time
Well,
when
and
he's
then he
eating.
changes. It goes from like a 10, and he dials it all the way down. And he's like, no, because he's like, who lives here? And then he's like, me, my son. And then he's like, and my brother, the doctor. But it's crazy because he's like, you know, tensions are at all-time high.
is that your brother knocking on those walls? Who knows? Why don't you ask him yourself? Dude,
He's so
terrifying, dude.
good.
No, and then that creepy wolf kid when she's like, "Oh, I think that's so great that you moved," and then she like brushes his hand and he flinches. Like so funny. He flinches at the woman's touch. It's so
Yeah.
funny, dude. It's
Could
such
I
a
just say,
great
like,
detail.
every actor and performance is like perfect for that person? Because, like you
Oh yeah.
said, that some of
Perfectly
them
casted.
like almost never saw again, or you and you know they made occasional appearances here and there, but man,
Sure. No, yeah, everyone's performing at
this
peak.
is
Like
like
you get peak Tom Hanks freaking out at the end, Carrie Fisher bringing there's an amazing scene with her where the Bruce Dern and I'm going back and forth between their names. But Weingarten and Rumsfeld, they come over and they're like, "Hey, can 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 your husband come out to play Tom Hanks's character? What's his name?
oh
Art." He's
yeah,
like, "Can Art come out and play or whatever?" And he's like, "No,
Not
he's
till he
grounded or whatever."
returns
He's
to the
like,
man that I
"Oh,
married.
please, yeah." Not until he turns back into the
We
man
don't
I
have time
married.
for that.
We don't have time for that. He's like, "Can you please come out and play? I think I've given my answer." And then he like, "Oh shucks," like it's like the two kids. It's so funny, dude.
yeah,
Like it's so great. And then, um on top of that, the there's so many like little things that I always forget about, like when the evil doctor they come home and they realize that they're there over in the basement and then they drive away. I always forget that scene. And
yeah,
Bruce Dern, the reason he wasn't there because he falls off the roof, which is a really funny comedy bit.
amazing
Like
stunt.
but again, so what's so funny
Yeah,
about
for real.
that and the house, Carrie Fisher mentions she's like, "Hey, we need to put a stop to this before somebody falls off the roof or sets themselves on fire," which is so funny because
They
literally
do
both of
both of
those
that.
things
Yeah,
happen.
Yeah.
Art falling off. You could either argue Bruce Dern literally falling off the roof or Art falling after cutting the power with some wires. Hey Art, do you know what you're doing up there? Yeah, it's easy. I know what I'm doing. We're burning daylight. So he's like, he's acting all tough.
When he
And then as soon
loses
as he
the
drops his
map,
paper,
Yes.
he's like, oh, it's like, so he just grabs some wires and he just pinches a wire and it gets launched off. Like he has no idea what he's doing. It's so
Uh,
unbelievably good. And
Oh,
then
wait,
Bruce
I thought of
Dern,
another
oh,
great line
yeah,
when he
yeah.
forgetting it. When he's like, "You kept that in your pants all day." Pulls it, reaches in,
Well,
and he's like, "What?"
hey, why don't you take your balls out of your wife's purse? All right, because you're
And then
so
he's reaching in his
rich.
pants, and they're
And
like,
he
"Whoa,
reaches,
whoa, whoa,
whoa,
whoa!"
whoa, whoa, hey, hey, hey.
That's when he pulls out the
metaphorical.
wig.
Pulls out a wig.
oh yeah,
He's
that's
kept
right.
Walter's wig in his trousers all day.
You can't.
I'm gonna go back over that house and I'm gonna dig up my neighbors because nobody knocks off an old man in my neighborhood and gets away
Gets
with
away
it.
with it.
I'm not coming back over until I find a dead
Dude,
body.
that's talk about camera work. The shot
Great pan
pulls
in,
in
yeah.
perfect, and then they both put their hands on his shoulder. Like,
Yes, we're with
mwah.
you.
This is like cinema
An amazing shot
peak.
too. When Bruce Dern on his roof, he's telling Red Rover said Art on over. And he's so happy. Red Rover said Bob on over. And he's like, we are over. He's so thrilled. He's back in Nam, dude. It's so good, dude. Plays such a great character. He reminds me so much of what's his name? Not Donnie. What's John Goodman's character in The Big Lebowski? He reminds me of that guy for some reason. He's like the thin version of him. You remember The Big Lebowski, Jordan? John Goodman's character plays the Vietnam vet.
Yeah,
Although I
but
don't even
with
know if he's I don't know. He just reminds me of him. Just like
of John
still wears the
Goodman.
military get up,
Oh yes, yes,
so
yeah. I see what
thrilled
you're
and
saying.
tickled at a chance to
Yeah,
whip out his
Jordan was
gun
like,
or
they don't look alike.
yeah,
I know. I
yeah,
was.
opposite ends. They don't
You're
look
talking
alike.
about their character, not his look. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, no.
And the
because
garbage scene where they raid the
He
garbage
has a
truck.
right to know. He's throwing
Hey,
out
my
trash.
taxes pay your salary, buddy.
He's like, "What are you
Well, I
doing?
love
Who's gonna
too
clean this
the
trash?
rest
Well,
of the
you're gonna clean
movie.
this up."
The rest of the movie, that garbage still
Just
sits
stays
on the
there. Yep.
street.
They keep driving over it too. It just like keeps getting more and
Yeah,
more to
yeah.
run down. So good, dude.
So funny.
Ray, it's Walter. When he shows up and the whole everyone's looking. Oh, it's so great. Look over there. Look. Look right now. And then when he
you
comes
know
back, he's
the.
like, "Hey, Ray." Like the scene where the house blows up is like the funniest comedic
Oh yeah.
timing of all. When he's like,
We hit a
"Ray, look at the
pipe.
gas line," and then he like runs out. He's like, "Ah, we hit the gas line, it's gonna blow. And the house just like blows up, dude. It's so unbelievably funny. And then the little spire from the top of
No.
the house goes launching in the air and like whistles as it comes back down right into the police car. It's so good. And then he's like, something's moving it. They think Ray is dead. Like the moment plays out, you're like, that's so sad. And then there's the moment he's like, wait, there's something moving in there. And Ray comes out. He just like tumbles down the stairs. He's like, his eye is swollen shut. He's like set on fire. He's steaming. So unbelievably funny. The house collapses all behind him just as he gets out. It's so good,
When I get
dude.
out of jail, I'd love to help rebuild your house.
I will help you. I'm sick. Somebody take me to the hospital. I takes a
He
stretcher and
takes it
throws
himself.
it.
He jumps
See,
into it.
that's the thing. Everything from the beginning of that speech to attacking Art several times and then grabbing a stretcher is just one of the greatest stretches of acting. Like
The,
Tom Hanks freaking out is so good, dude.
it's funny. There was only one scene growing up that I wasn't crazy about, but now I have appreciation for and I love is the scene when they're having that long talk and he's talking about the neighbor and he's like, the guy about the ice pick. Like now I love that
Oh,
scene. And then they
yeah,
pull a
where
prank
where
on him and like
they talk about what's his face? The
the ice
the ice
pick
cream man.
killer.
Yeah, what was his
Yeah.
name? I know, what was his name? I'm being he shows up in his dream. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Ray, I'm Skip."
Skip.
Everybody used to call him Skip,
Oh,
just
that's
one too
right.
many soft served ice creams, and bam, went crazy. And the whole neighborhood started stinking. And they said, hey, what are you going to do? You're going to go over to your neighbor's house and say your house stinks? What are you going to do? And he goes, but then later they got a health inspector came down and they found out it was Skip's family decomposing in the basement. That's what the
Yeah,
stench was.
just
So
that
good,
whole
dude.
story, like, and him like leaning in and then them going, ha! And then
Yeah.
getting him to scream was perfect.
But it's revealed, like, I guess it did happen, right? Like, he's like, I remember hearing about that or whatever. But then, like, what was it? The Naps or whatever, the family. I guess the Klopeks just murdered them. He's like, you know how old people are. They get so attached to things.
I want my
I
skull.
want, you were in my basement, weren't you? You saw the furnace. I saw the furnace, but I figure a man's furnace is a man's business. You saw one of my skulls, didn't you?
You saw one of my skulls, didn't you? And then when he's like shaking, it just
You fooled
reminds
all
me
of them, but you
of
don't fool
every
me.
t- every time I go to the dentist, I just that needle when they're gonna
Perhaps,
give me some
perhaps
Novocaine.
I'll take one of yours. I want my femur, yeah. His dog digs it up from under his fence. No, and another great comedic, again, Mr. Weingarten is so funny. He's like, when they scream and then they're like, oh, stop screaming, because they freak out because of the femur bone. They think it's Walter. And then one of the Klopeks is out in the backyard and throws some trash and he goes, they could be some litter bugs. It could just be some trash, it's my note.
It's my note. Like I said, he was like born to
He
play
loves
this
it.
role. He
Oh,
is so good.
yeah. Even from his character introduction, which is so great, the first scene, you actually take him seriously. He comes out with a gun and he's got like camo on or whatever, and he's got the bushes and he's hiding. He's ready to shoot a pigeon. Then he misses every single shot and nearly kills Tom Hanks in the first second of this movie. Like he shoots hard, he shoots right past his head. Shoots the porch light like inches from his head. It's so good, dude. And then the next scene, he's just eating all their food in their fridge.
You didn't go up with your wife? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, that's right. He sends his wife, Art, your house is on fire and your wife is home. My wife is home, dude. And the freaking close up of when they start driving the ambulance away. Pinocchio, I just keep calling Pinocchio the werewolf ginger boy when he's driving away, and Tom Hanks
Oh
like
yeah.
wrestles with him. And then he starts aiming, they're driving right toward the house. He's like, ah! Just good
That
close up.
tight shot.
They shot is so good, and they just ram right through the front door of Weingarten's house. It's so good, dude. Oh
Yeah,
my
he
goodness.
nailed it. Oh,
Yeah,
Dante, man.
yeah. And the last per minute in this movie, it reminds me of like there were comedy movies coming out in the 80s and the 70s that all had like one or two jokes. This movie is just nonstop jokes. Like quotable, nonstop funny laughs. It's just so good. There's so much to appreciate about this movie. I'm gonna start watching this every Halloween now. Um, it's just it is that good. It's just so dang good. But
And I feel like it's really like under the radar. Like I feel like this similar to it comes at
I know I
it co
almost feel
or
like
not it comes at night. What's the Audrey Hepburn? Wait until dark.
Wait until
Wait
dark.
Until Dark
Mm.
kind of has
I've
that vibe,
never
yeah.
met anyone that's seen it. Every time
I
I'm like,
know,
you
and
ever seen Wait Until
every
Dark?
time
And
I
I,
say the burbs, it's like, what are you talking about? It's like the
Yeah.
suburbs. But like, do people even say burbs anymore? The suburbs? Like, I feel like that's probably the thing that's the only thing that's aged in this movie. Like, seriously.
Burbs.
This
Yeah.
movie feels so timeless, and yet, yeah, the burbs, suburbs. Like, I don't know. Just I've never heard anyone called that. And when I tell them the burbs, they're like, "What do you? What the birds? Are you saying the birds?"
Yeah, the
Like, no, no,
birds.
no, no. The burbs. Like,
I agree, Cameron. Nobody's seen it, so it's like perfect to show to
Yeah.
people.
yeah, comedy horrors,
It's
man, are so good.
this is a perfect example of a hidden gem.
Yeah, it's almost like we're doing what we set out to do, guys. We really did it. We're kind of
Hey,
figuring it
we've
out here.
also talked about hidden gems like Dune.
The Joker, I'll never get over it. Our first episode was like the highest grossing R-rated film at the time. Like it's this little hidden movie jump called The Joker. Anyway, it's good stuff, guys. Guys, we're learning. We're adapting.
And are we gonna
We're
talk
growing with the
about
times.
what we've seen lately on the rental?
No, because where the lunatics are, we, we break into their house, we sing into their house, and we burn it down with a god for the day.
For the day.
Oh man, dude, I can't. This movie's too good. Um, yeah. Anyway, would you recommend? Yes, everyone has to see this movie. It's mandatory viewing. If you're going to be listening to our podcast, everybody find your copy of The Burbs. Watch it now.
And it's finally on iTunes, so
And it's on iTunes, so you can
Because
own it.
everyone's on iTunes. You're literally like the last person I know that still buys movies on iTunes. Oh
It's a good
man.
point, Grant. I don't think anyone else buys movies,
No,
but
everyone just sinks their money into every conceivable streaming service out there, you know? It's too many
good
now.
stuff. But all right. Um, should we share? Yeah, let's share. Maybe in the next video we'll do what we've seen lately. So we're gonna end this one, folks. We'll be right back to review another movie. Leave us an email, futuromovies@gmail.com. Thanks again, listeners. We love you and have a great week.
Peace.
peace.
Bye. A thermostat at a home furnace, is that supposed to go to 5,000 degrees?